Hello, welcome to Politics 19, Season 3, Episode 8. Jesus.
Hello.
I'm kind of disappointed that we can't have our 20th episode as, like, the end of year episode. Because in theory
What do you
we
mean?
could, but
What do you
we're
mean?
obviously not going to make it. Because we haven't done one of these now for at least a fortnight. I think it's 18 days. It's Thursday to a fortnight and then Sunday. So,
Yeah. Well, no, I think that we should. I think you're right, but if you think about it, having the 20th episode as the first episode next year is even better, isn't it?
no, because if a 20th episode was this year, we could do like a year in review kind of thing. But never mind.
Well, what would a year in review entail? Just
The best politics.
we chatted rubbish for
No,
some
not the
time,
best
20
of, not
minutes.
the best of politics. The best politics, the best actual politics. I
Oh, okay.
appreciate, but a best of. But most series would be incredibly short with this.
There weren't many good bits. Let's be honest.
I'll show you what the edited version will be. Hello, that's all for now. That will be the edited version of our highlight reel. But anyway, yeah, we haven't done one of these in 2 weeks. So obviously a lot's been happening in
Corbyn Watch.
Corbyn Watch. Not that I've really been paying much attention to it, because the news that keeps getting bigger and bigger, and not Star Wars and not the celebrity gossip that we'll go to later, because Strictly Come Dancing finished yesterday. But yeah,
X Factor finished as well.
Yeah, so there'll be the race for Christmas #1. I'm kind of disappointed that there hasn't been a big campaign to get some non-X Factor records #1.
Well, Justin Bieber's pretty much there, so
Yeah, I saw rumours that there might try and be like an attempt to get a grime song to #1, but I don't think that's got enough like momentum behind it. Like,
nah.
yeah, it's
What
a
a
strong
shame.
possibility that Bieber or Adele will beat whoever's the X Factor winner to #1, just because all Bieber releases now is bangers, and
Yeah, I know, right? I know.
I genuinely think it's going to be pretty weird for Bieber when he goes on stage expecting to see like a load of like 13 to 18-year-old ladies, and all he sees is just a load of like 18 to 25-year-old lads like, yeah, play another banger, way, like just absolutely going large in the crowd. It's going to be a different vibe for him.
I know, it's going to be so odd. Like, everyone's just going, oh no, play your new album, and he's like, baby, baby. Like, no, don't want that rubbish, give me some decent stuff.
Yeah, actually, everyone will just be in a crowd, just dubbing out. But yeah, obviously the big news. I can't remember what news was going on last time. Is the US. Like, I mean, I know Donald Trump's. We've mentioned him a lot. But it's just.
Yes, we have.
I genuinely, the best thing that happened with relation to Donald Trump this week. Sacha Baron Cohen went on, I believe it was Jimmy Kimmel Live, it was late night US television, as Borat, which he hasn't done for a very long time, not to promote the Brothers Grimm, although he may have done, but what he did was come out and claim that Donald Trump is another Sacha Baron Cohen character. It's genuinely hilarious. And I'll do my best Borat impression. It's like, you can see they have spent all the money on orange paint for face and have no money for wig. I strongly advise seeking it out and finding it, because, I mean, yeah, it is almost cartoon levels of ridiculous, the US election. Will Smith said he might have to go for president next time just to make sure Donald Trump doesn't get it. There'll be a 3-horse race, because obviously if Trump doesn't win this election, he will try again. Like, Donald Trump is the political version of Rocky Balboa. Like, there will always be another sequel.
Yeah, that is true. There's no doubt about that. But I do genuinely like listening to what Trump says. It is quite amusing. Just because, you know, there's two sides of it. Okay, you know he's never going to get into power, and that's what makes it so funny. Is the fact that if the Republicans nominate him, whoever the Democrats pick, Democrats could shove, you know, a dead parrot up as their nomination, and they still beat Donald Trump in the Republican polls. But the fact is that, you know, there is that, you know, if he does get there is that possibility that he'll become president, and that to me is just, even if he does, is suddenly the US loses what credibility it has left. You know, he's just going to say, well, maybe we should do this. And the entire world would just say, no, Donald, what are you talking about? It's like someone coming in, as a CEO of Tesco and saying, Argos, they do it right. Is that much of a sea change?
I genuinely, I think it will be interesting to see if Trump does win, which is almost looking like it could happen. Like whether that will be the 4-year period when China finally becomes the #1 superpower. Because
yeah.
it's sort of a little bit debatable who's more important right now on a global scale. Some people would suggest that kind of because China kind of powers the US economy to an extent with like exports and that sort of stuff. But
yeah.
it'd just be interesting to see. We should point out as well, because it's Christmas themed, I've got on a Christmas pudding hat and a Christmas jumper. So that's good.
It's hardly a Christmas jumper. You need to stand up to show the fact that there's a...
It says it's a Christmas themed pun. That is a Christmas jumper. It's fairly tasteless, which obviously makes it a brilliant Christmas jumper.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, still on the subject of the American election, did you see Hillary Clinton, like, sort of, not name drops, but she finished her Democratic debate by saying thank you and good night and may the force be with you, which was, I mean, I've never used the word cringe on this show before. I don't really want to because I feel it's a word that gets a little bit overused. I genuinely heard someone once say, oh my god, that guy was just talking about, like, science and stuff, cringe. And I was like, well, no, like, science and stuff is a massive category. Like,
it could encompass science and religion. I'm
not even including things. The fact that things is completely open-ended. Like, but if someone's talking about like science, if someone's talking about like NASA and the prospect of going to the moon or something, or going to Mars for the first time, like sending manned people rather than Curiosity, that could be quite interesting. That could be a good conversation. Like, so I don't. But anyway, it's just not right. Politicians trying to like name drop Star Wars. Unlike David Cameron with the old "you ain't no Muslim, bruv" thing, which I thought was actually rather effective. I genuinely,
I thought it was as well, actually.
because Cameron said it. You know, I'm sure politicians will have tried to write a speech on this, but what that guy said on the tube just sums it up much better than we did. And then again, people alone going, "Oh, cringe." Cameron said, "Bruv." It's like, well, he's quoting a man.
Yeah, he'd never say bruv in real life. He's just quoting someone else.
Yeah, he might try and say it to be like ironically funny at some point. But it's not like, I can't imagine he goes up to Boris like, oh bruv, what's happening? Like that.
What are you on about? Boris is the only one he actually says bruv to.
Oh, sorry. All right. Well, I can't imagine when him and Clegg were working together. It's like, all right, bruv, how's it going? How was your weekend?
That was rubbish. I found out I had a dream I was Prime Minister. I woke up, found out I was only the deputy. But no, have you seen there's a YouTube clip doing the rounds of a weatherman, a weather girl trying to fit in as many Star Wars puns as she can into the...
She squeezes about 7 into the whole into the newsfeed. Yeah, she's a hero. She is a hero.
Yeah. It was utterly brilliant. That was, but no, I mean, have you seen Star Wars, by the way?
I have, yeah. This is why it's the Christmas special, because we're just going to talk about Star Wars and not really talk about politics. But
well, I can't because I haven't seen it yet. So
right, well, I mean, I don't want to ruin it for you with loads of spoilers, but I was particularly shocked when Optimus Prime showed up, and
dude, why would you do this to me? I'm quitting out.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he said to Megatron. And would you believe it? They transformed and started fighting. So
did they really? Oh, what a disaster, mate! I think you were in the wrong film.
No, that's a genuine Star Wars 7 spoiler right there, mate. I've just ruined it for you. So Disney's trying to maximise the toy merchandising line by doing some crossover films.
But no, I think The
Little Mermaid is down with Jar Jar Binks in the watery oceans of Naboo.
Oh, I'm seeing it on Wednesday, so I'm excited to be seeing it. That's going to be great fun. But no, I think going back to the original Corbyn watch, actually.
We should pull up the sign again.
I just want to point out, okay, for those who don't know, we've been doing Corbyn Watch since Corbyn took power, and today marked 100 days of Corbyn as leader of the Labour Party, which is good. He's managed to make 100 days, and it was saying how much he changed, how much things had changed, how much the Labour Party changed, and I was reading it saying hasn't really changed that much, to be honest. You know, there's a couple of minor things. The cabinet's a little bit more left-wing than it was before, and that's pretty much it. Someone, I don't know whether you read recently in The Eye, Mark Steele, who's a comedian, wrote a piece about Jeremy Corbyn being Labour leader to celebrate 100 days of Labour leadership.
100 years of Corbyn leadership. That sounds more like a Stalin propaganda slogan.
Yeah. But no, it was to celebrate 100 days of Corbyn in power, and he said that Corbyn's job is to put up a tent when someone is taking all the stakes out, taking all the bits that hold the tent together, stepping on it, pulling out of the ground, setting it on fire, and going to a third person and saying that they're not doing a good enough job of putting up the tent.
Yes, I can see how that would certainly be a tricky thing to do. It's fair to say he still doesn't have a tight iron fist-like grip on his party, and he never will, because that's part of him. Part of the reason he comes off as quite a genuine politician, making what you will, is because he's like, yes, I will tolerate, not tolerate. If there's some dissent in the cabinet, that's okay. It's okay for people to have different views.
Yeah. And having different views makes us stronger because we know at the end of the day how to make the right decision.
Well, also, because in the future, no matter what happens, the Labour Party as a nebulous will be able to turn around and say, well, a lot of our leading ministers were saying that, even if, as a collective, they do the complete opposite. Like, they'll be able to whitewash history so easily.
It's actually worryingly true. But I see your point, yeah.
Yes. 20 years down the line, like, no, honestly, a lot of Labour people were proposing that we went with this scheme. And they won't be lying because they've got every avenue covered.
Yeah, it's genius, isn't it?
It will. The thing I was thinking of mentioning this. I'm going to bring it up. The thing that I genuinely have no idea what will happen with, and the thing I wonder if it might test Corbyn's leadership the most, is once the EU referendum rolls around, which is meant to be next year, isn't it? It should be 2016.
Yeah. Well, it's before the end of 2017, but it looks likely to be next year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember what they said about timing, because obviously there must be opportune times for both parties to do it. Not both parties, but both factions, for lack of a better word. Although thanks to, like, think about the news cycle that we're getting right now, the migrant crisis isn't in the news cycle right now, even though Angela Merkel has finally decided that it might be an issue if 1 million refugees turn up to Germany in 1 year. Which is certainly undermining her presidency, chancellorship. That's the one. Within Germany, like that is. I was watching some foreign news the other day, and that is really starting to be an issue now.
Although she has just been made Person of the Year by Time.
Yeah, she's certainly winning a lot of awards. I mean, presumably that is the reason to get into politics, is to just get a load of plaques on the mantelpiece.
Yeah, I dedicate this plaque to Dennis. Sorry, go on.
But when we get down to the nitty gritty of the EU referendum, like I don't know which way it'll go, because obviously there's a big Eurosceptic part, like subset within the Conservative Party. So I wonder if it will actually not be an issue at all, because both major parties, unless you live in Scotland, where the only party is fairly unanimous on it, but for England and Wales, both major parties will both be quite fractured. So it's sort of it's not like one party's going to look better than the other, because both of them will sort of be in a similar situation. Or on the flip side, Labour's lack of cohesion could make it completely fall apart. But I don't know. I just think that'll be the interesting one, because that will obviously be.
Yeah,
I assume that'll be big news next year.
To go.
Yeah, because like what's actually happening with regard to the negotiations on that is I mean, nothing is coming through quote unquote mainstream media. I did see, however, on RT that the BBC just got a £2 million EU handout, and has said that it won't prejudice for Brexit referendum coverage, which may be entirely true, but it always looks a little bit suspicious, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, I don't know. What was it for? Do we know what the £2 million was for?
The Telegraph has reported that taxpayer-funded broadcaster, blah 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 blah, in excess of £2 million or $2.98 million. And what I like there is they said in excess of, like in excess of 2 million. They could have said in excess of 1 million. They could have said in excess of 50p. Like if you don't have a figure, like that's brilliant. Over 3 years from the EU Framework Programme, which supports scientific research within the 26-member political bloc. Overall, I think this would be a good. It sounds like a good thing because it sounds like it's targeted towards science, but it always comes across as a little suspicious. But yeah, the BBC, I love this when companies talk about other companies. The BBC, which has an annual budget of around £5 billion or 7.45. Right, £5 billion or $7.45 million. I think that's a mistake. Yeah, I don't think the exchange rate has tanked in the last 20 minutes to the extent that £5 billion is now worth $7.45 million.
I tell you what. I think the Independent should spend more of its time, the Telegraph should spend more of its money on proofreading.
RT might be misreporting the Telegraph.
Oh, is it RT? Sorry, RT should spend more time. Spend more money on their proofreading.
Maybe. But the BBC has claimed that the EU contribution was relatively meagre, which sadly 2 million compared to 5 billion is actually spot on. Like, I rarely do hear £2 million described as a meagre amount, but certainly not. Not going to a massive overhaul. But they're just going to spend it on 3D broadcasting and high definition filming, not in news coverage.
Okay.
But yeah, but you can see a lot of people are going to jump on that. A lot of
the Tories will do because they hate the BBC.
They certainly do. I don't know how the Venn diagram of being anti-Europe and being anti-BBC. Like, I don't know how much those two circles overlap.
That's the bit in the middle.
Yeah, no, I know what a Venn diagram is. That's why I'm using it as an example.
Hater. It's the bit in the middle. It's where it goes. Racist. Hate migrants and hate the EU, and in the middle it's despise BBC.
Alright, so I was more wondering how much the two circles overlapped, but yeah, brilliant.
There are 3. Don't get me wrong, there are 3.
But yeah, so it's just anyway. We were talking about Corbyn Watch. Like outside of that, Parliament has shut down for Christmas. I was still annoyed with Corbyn, but he backs out of because you know how Corbyn still doesn't actually do any of his own work. He just asks other people's questions, which some people think is brilliant. He chickened out of raising a concern from Dave in Oxfordshire Council over the
budget cuts, local budget cuts.
He
missed a trick on that one. He missed a trick.
Everyone was just sort of waiting and hoping he would do it. Like it did get raised by other MPs within that Prime Minister's questions, but I just wish Corbyn had done it. Like, it would have been comedy gold.
But it also would have been a bit petty at the same time, and I don't think Corbyn's petty.
I think that's probably why I didn't do it.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot more integrity than to go with some Twitter suggestion of him saying, "I've got this letter here from David of Oxfordshire." I think he's got a lot more integrity than that. And for that, I think I respect him a little bit more for not cracking that kind of joke.
Maybe, but it would have been hilarious.
It would have been great. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Outside of that, political news has sort of just been meh. Like,
it's just sort of died a death, isn't it? Really,
well, it's Christmas, so everyone's sort of winding down. Like the biggest thing was the UKIP leadership thing. Basically,
Douglas Carswell. Said
Carswell
that
sort
it
of.
needs a new figure.
He said it needed a fresh face or something along those lines.
That's it, fresh face. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Farage says no, it doesn't. Which is sort of playground politics. Like, you smell, no, I don't. You smell, like, so. But UKIP, like, party members were pretty happy with Farage leading the way. So
Yeah.
like, it's just sort of. But again, this is something I never know, because anytime anything remotely minor happens in UKIP, someone tries to write about it. Like, if Farage doesn't order a pint one day, if he orders a gin and tonic, then, probably people will probably assume the party's about to undergo a massive political shift to the left or right, and they'll probably write articles about both of them.
He looks like he's about to retire on a gin and tonic rather than when he's sat there drinking a pint.
Yeah, Farage drinks French wine. Is UKIP about to collapse? It's.
Well, isn't his wife French or something like that?
I believe she's German, but yeah.
German, yeah, that's it, yeah.
Odd
one, that one, to me.
Well, in fairness to Farage, I have never seen a picture of his wife or children in the news. Like, from what I understand, he intentionally tries to keep them out of the news.
Well, it's because they stand for everything he's against in politics.
No, I'm talking because he does have previous children.
Does he?
I think he does.
Or are we just about to get sued for libel?
I don't think so. I'm sure I met someone at uni once who claimed that she went to school with one of Farage's children.
Okay.
I'm sure she said it was. I'm going to have to check this now. I will have to clarify this next episode, because I don't want to be saying libelous things, but maybe someone at university was drunk and lied to me. That doesn't seem very likely. I appreciate it, but
what, they were drunk or they lied to you?
Who knows?
Let's be honest. You went to UEA like me. Everyone was drunk all the time.
Pretty much. Well, yeah. But yeah. So, like, how fractured UKIP leadership is, I really don't know.
Yeah.
It is hard to know with UKIP. It's a little bit like UKIP are the complete opposite of Donald Trump. Like, with UKIP, you never truly know what's going on. With Donald Trump, you know exactly what's going on because he says it. It's like,
yeah, and that's almost worse. Yeah, when he do you think that he has like an angel and a devil on each shoulder, and just every time the angel talks to him, he goes, nah, and every time the devil talks to him, he's by a microphone, so he gets picked up.
I think that's a completely ridiculous statement, because you think about how that dichotomy works. The angel has a halo above its head, and the devil has horns. But obviously, both of these metaphysical figures would both have silly, ridiculous wigs on top, so you would never know which one was which.
Who's it who took the piss out of his hair? Someone took the piss out of his hair.
I think that would be everyone ever.
By the way, Paul is watching live.
Oh,
He
sweet.
says, turn the comments on.
Turn the comments on. Right. What I'm going to have to reply to that is, how? I don't want to sound like an old person who doesn't know what they're doing.
Paul, comment and tell us how we can turn the comments on.
That is such meta banter right there.
I know, right?
Anyway, according to this, we've got 2 viewers, so that's Paul and the NSA. So shout out to our friends in America.
Hello.
Leave a comment as always. Security services.
They can't. We haven't turned comments on.
All right. Yeah, that's true. Maybe if they could turn them on for us. Anyway, like, I'm sorry, it's sort of, we're not really talking about anything political related. I don't really want to talk about X Factor and Strictly. There has been some.
Can we move on to celebrity gossip now?
I think we'll move on to celebrity gossip. Also, last week's episode was like 55 minutes, so
yeah,
we should do a shorter one. Basically, the news I read on Heat the other day, or today, whenever it was.
By the way, Paul says no idea.
No idea. Fair enough. Because you commented that, yeah, brilliant. The thing I found the best is Simon Cowell. Right now, the title of this article on Heat World: Simon Cowell's not very happy with Zayn Malik. Um,
Okay.
Now,
Why's
bear in
that?
mind, Zayn Malik used to work for Simon Cowell in One Direction and then quit. I'm hardly surprised that he's not very happy with him. Like,
He's
Simon
still making
Cowell,
loads of money off One Direction anyway, so.
yeah, Simon Cowell blasts Zayn Malik for his rant about One Direction music. So obviously, for those of people who weren't au fait with 1D, as the kids call them, Zayn Malik basically, a bit lazy, decided to just chin off going to work halfway through the year. I don't know if he signed on or not. I really have no idea. And then became quite chummy with Naughty Boy, the guy who did that La 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 song, which was an excellent song. Um, and
Was
then,
it?
like, recently, yeah, you know, the videos for, like, little chap in Peru with the hats. I appreciate that wasn't overly descriptive, but that is actually true.
The little chap in Peru with the hats. Check the
Yeah.
video out, yeah?
Watch the video, and that description is accurate. Anyway, so Zayn Malik is just like, he's blasted One Direction music. Although this might be a man who slightly shot himself in the foot, because the quote from Simon Cowell is, "It's a bit rude to the people who wrote all the hits with them and to the other band members." And then the second line of the quote is, quote, "I mean, they all wrote a lot of the stuff." So what he's kind of done there is gone, yeah, that's really rude to like all the people I pay to write songs to them. Oh, I mean, they wrote a lot of the stuff as well. Yeah, yeah. So what he's kind of done there is reveal that no, they don't. And then also, if it is true, Zayn Malik's like, yeah, the songs they sing are terrible. I mean, the songs you wrote, yeah. Oh, I don't like them. Like, brilliant. Like, it's 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 just a cluster mess. There's
Yeah,
no sort
yeah,
of
I know, yeah. You could just use cluster bleep there.
yeah. So I, you know, but you know, presumably Zayn Malik will be releasing some absolute bangers in 2016, like Justin Bieber.
Oh mate, I seriously doubt Zayn Malik can top Justin Bieber from this year.
Probably
Justin
not
Bieber
top him,
released
but
some of the most incredible tracks. I honestly think, as I said to you last time, I said last time we did this about what, a fortnight and a few days ago. I think Justin Bieber's "Sorry" is the most important song of 2015. It was so good. Shows you what someone can do when they got decent producers working with them.
yeah. Well, it's you know, it's good because you just hear it on Kiss, you're like, yeah, just singing along in the car, and it's brilliant. Um,
Yeah.
Outside of that, the other big news of the day, and this was I read this in the Sun as well at work. Um, Basically, Cheryl Fernandez Vicini, formerly known as Cheryl, formerly the artist known as Cheryl Cole, formerly the artist known as Cheryl Tweedy, off of Girls
Yeah.
Aloud, a little bit like Prince there, keeps changing her name. Um,
No,
like
Prince
basically,
changed into a
basically,
symbol.
this is the biggest non-story ever. Like basically, her boyfriend like had to fly off somewhere because he is was a banker or something, whatever. He does some sort of job of work. And it
Husband.
was husband, yeah, and it was, will Cheryl have to spend Christmas alone? Now, I'm not saying that it's not nice for people to have to spend Christmas alone, but I fail to see how that is the biggest news. Surely there'll be other celebrities who have to spend Christmas on their own for like various family or like visa reasons or just work related stuff. So what was that? Oh, I was playing some noise. That's my computer. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's
Oh, I
just
don't
like,
believe it. It's fine.
will Cheryl Fernandez Vicini have to spend Christmas alone? Like, well, I don't know. Also, there's a difference between spending Christmas alone and spending Christmas not with your like partner slash spouse slash significant other. Like, just
Yeah,
because her husband's not there doesn't mean she can't go visit other people. Um,
yeah. No,
like,
I'm with you on that. I think.
Cheryl, do you want to come round for dinner? I'm sorry, I can't. My husband's gone abroad. Like, oh yeah, we understand.
I'm sorry, but also, there's something to be said of, is this really news? Is she going to have to spend a Christmas together? Well, I'm sure the fact that she has a Ferrari parked in the driveway of her seven-bedroom mansion, both in Italy and in London, that will somewhat, smooth the lack of her husband being available. For all those homeless and familyless people out there. We won't really support those. It's fine. It's really Cheryl's hardship that we need to make sure we're aware of.
But genuinely, this is something that makes me feel bad for celebrities because all Cheryl Cole has done today, sorry, Fernando Vicini, sorry, all she's done is nothing. She's basically, so you may have driven her husband to the airport, I don't know, sort of waved him off and said, "Oh, I'll see you again soon," and now we're sort of like unintentionally having a go at her, but not having a go at her, just having a go at the fact that an industry exists where like all she does is something quite normal, and suddenly it's news, and we're like, well, that shouldn't be news. So we point it out and criticise it. Like, it is ridiculous that someone's gone, yes, we can we can actually write an article about someone's husband like going away for Christmas. Like it is ridiculous. So
I think we'll edit that cough out.
yeah, we probably won't, because I don't think I've ever edited one. Oh no, I have edited two of these before, when my computer shut down halfway through. Otherwise, it'd have been like 8 minutes of you just sort of staring at the screen.
I'm going, hello, Matt, can you hear me?
Yeah, you there? Yeah. If it was cartoons, you would have knocked on the sort of screen and the camera, but it didn't happen. So yeah, I think we should wrap up what would be actually an on-time episode, unless we've forgotten any serious political news. I'll just have a quick browse.
No, I can't think of anything.
Well, the one thing we should say, because it's 100 days of Corbyn Watch, to celebrate this, Corbyn has said he'll lead Labour into the election. So I think we should congratulate Jeremy Corbyn and give him a round of applause, because we genuinely started Corbyn Watch thinking this might not last for more than 30 days.
We started Corbyn Watch purely...
it was speculative banter, I like to think.
Yeah, it was purely as a bit of a laugh to say he's not going to last that long, but he's done it. It's 100 days, and he hasn't been booted, so we've got to give him credit. And if he says I'm going to lead you to the next election, I see no reason why he wouldn't.
No, I mean we've always both been Corbyn fans, but I think the proof of analogy, all that stuff. So yeah,
the proof of Christmas pudding is in the eating, mate.
That's good. Like my hat.
In fact, more to the point, if Corbyn wins the next election, talking of Christmas puddings and eating it, and hats, Blakey will eat his hat.
Well, no. Why are we signing up for this? Right. Now I'm definitely going to have to edit this episode. That is absolute horseradish. I'm not eating this hat. It cost me in excess of £6, so which I don't want to throw away.
That's a lot of money to spend on a Christmas pudding hat, my friend.
Well, I mean, I didn't know what the going rate was for a Christmas pudding hat, so I felt £6 was a perfectly reasonable price for a Christmas pudding hat. You can spend more than £6 on a regular hat, so for a Christmas pudding hat, £6 seemed okay.
By the way, just before we leave this, I just want to say Andy Murray's won the Sports Personality of the Year.
Oh, good news! Yeah, I was hoping he would win.
Yeah, much better than Lewis bloody Hamilton. As much as I like Lewis Hamilton, there are just moments where I just think you're a tosser.
There was a bit of a petition as well to try and get Tyson Fury to not win it.
Not to not win it, but to not be even on the shortlist.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. But I mean,
from a sporting point of view, it's totally absurd for him not to be there. And from a personality point of view, it's totally absurd for him not to be there. I know he's got his views on. He's got some very questionable views.
It was homophobic comments, wasn't it? That was the crux.
Don't get me wrong, I thoroughly disagree with his homophobic comments. Fundamentally disagree with them because I think they're horrific. But as a personality, you can't knock him for having one. Whereas a lot of the people on the list in years gone by have not had the personality to win Sports Personality of the Year.
Are you suggesting that they should change the name of it, because Sports Personality of the Year makes it sound like it's judged both on sporting achievement and personality? It should just be Sports Achievement Person of the Year.
Yeah, because
it's a little bit misleading title.
Again, on the personality front, if it was done mostly on personality and like a split 50-50 between sportsman and personality, Andy Murray wouldn't have won it either. As nice of a bloke as he is lacking in the personality department.
Fair enough. And on that note, we've covered celebrity gossip. We've covered news. I imagine we won't be back before New Year's. Big shout out to Paul, by the way. Thank you for watching and commenting. I never really responded to any of the comments. I will do that. My 2016 New
New Year's
Year's resolution will be to respond to comments. Well, to respond to some comments on this podcast. I'm still waiting for our first troll comment to come in. I'm still waiting to be harassed online. Because obviously if people turn around and
you
say
might be waiting for a while there, my friend.
Well, no, because if people turn around and say this is awful, we're just going to have to agree with them. So, it's
like, yes, it is. Thank you for pointing that out. Well done, sir.
A lot of normal troll comments will actually just be like accurate descriptions of things.
Brilliant.
But yeah, thank you very much for watching, Paul, and watching live now. I'll try and work out how to turn comments on in the future. Merry Christmas, goodwill to all men. For all our American viewers, happy holidays. Actually, we don't have any, so I'll take that back.
Don't have happy holidays.
Have a very normal 25th of December and surrounding days. For all the atheists out there, happy Friday, because it will be a Friday this year. Any closing remarks?
No.
Cool. See you in 2016. Bye.
Bye.